that leads us into our next topic of conversation, and that is, are the Cowboys cheap? And when you sit back and you look at the overall landscape of this team, Jerry did not start Cooper Rush, and that kept Cooper Rush from collecting a $500,000 incentive on his contract. And then they asked him about it after the game, and he's like, "Oh, I wasn't aware of that." Now, this guy knows everything about everything that goes on in and out of that organization.
Every dollar, every cent.
And he's going to try to sell you and me the
that he don't know.
That he didn't know that there was a $500,000 incentive.
Bullshit.
Exactly. That was on the line.
He's trying to sell people that are slow, that people that actually that know and understand and, you know, pay attention. We know that shit ain't real. We know we know you're a fucking liar. Just call a spade a spade. You're a fucking liar. Stop lying, bro.
Exactly. And again, we talked about this before, you know, the Cowboys being one of the highest grossing teams in the NFL, if not the highest grossing team.
The highest
grossing team in the NFL, you know, and you are the owner / general manager / whatever else you want to, whatever other title you want to have for the team that you own, you know, how the hell are you not going to know? You knew that he was going to have an incentive if he played.
They're not going to know.
And what did you do? You sat there and were like, nope, I ain't finna let him have his $500K.
I'd be
and
disrespected.
That is after Cooper Rush busted his ass to do everything he could for this team to be competitive. I'm not going to say to win, because obviously it just
because in Jerry's eyes,
putting the best opportunity out there. If Jerry cares about wins and losses, he starts Cooper Rush. That point lets you know he did not give two damns about wins and losses at that point. He cared about his pocketbook.
Oh yeah, and then if
you're not making no money.
Yeah, and then if you ask Jerry too, when you think about it, if you ask Jerry, you know, Jerry's all about, you know, you should be you are the one that's fortunate to be playing for this organization, such a high, you know, visibility organization that everybody's constantly looking at, that we're always in the news, that we're so for him, the way that he can explain it to his players is, you play for the Cowboys. That's incentive enough. You don't need a $500,000 incentive. You play for our team. You wear a star on your helmet.
I'll take
that's your incentive.
That's the thing, bro. Like if you look at the two situations, you look at Mike Evans down in Tampa Bay, and you look at Coop. To me, like, it's night and day different, because it was, I think Mike was going for $3 million incentive, and they went out of their way to get it and get him that.
He wasn't so much going for the incentive, Jay. He was going more for the record. He was trying to tie Jerry Rice's record.
Either way, he still got $3 million. Okay, at the end of the year, record $3 million, whatever. He still got it. He still got the incentive as well. So, to me, and to see a whole organization behind that, and Baker making that happen for Mike, that's great. To me, if I was Trey and I was in Trey's situation, starting instead of a Coop starting, first play, I would have went down. I would have pulled a hamstring or something. If I knew he was up for an incentive. That's just me. That's
injury.
That's a teammate. To me, that's a teammate. I'm not trying to mess with anybody else's money. I'm still getting paid. So why not? Like, I'm gonna get paid regardless. This guy gets an extra bump. I can be a great teammate to him. I'm out.
I don't know how much of that they share with each other. I'm not even sure if some of the other players know what the contract agreements they have with with the organization, right? It's kind of like at your job. You don't necessarily know
other man's pockets, bro.
Yeah, that's like at any other job.
Some people don't.
There's people in there that'll slide and ask the question, "Hey, how much are you making?" At what you're doing, and it's always as far as I know. For me, it's always been, my money's my money, your money's your money. Worry about what you're getting paid. Don't worry about what I'm getting paid.
Right.
It kind of boils down to that. So I think that you do have a point that if maybe they knew that they would have tried to do something for Coop at some point, but if they don't know, then they don't know. They're finding out like everybody else.
But
no, bro, because
here's the thing: they know. They knew. We knew.
We didn't know until at least I didn't know until after it was brought up after the fact that, hey, by the way, Cooper Rush would have had $500,000 incentive if he would have paid 55% of his snaps. I didn't know that.
It was a discussion all week because everybody was like, well, the rumor is Trey's going to start. He knew Monday. Trey Lance knew Monday he was going to start.
Mm-hmm.
There was articles out there about it.
Yeah, but did they know about the incentive prior to the game?
Yes.
If they did, then I would agree with Jay 100%. If I'm in Trey Lance's shoes and I knew that ahead of time, then I'd have been like, it's time to fake an injury. At that point,
to me, going out in a blaze of glory.
To me, it's like, I mean, they knew, everybody knew, the insiders knew, Jay Glazer knew, every NFL insider knows everybody's incentive. So it's not a hush hush. I can't tell you my contract or anything like that. That's like a holiday bonus to most of the guys at the end of the year of them getting extra cash, for off season. And to me, that's just a slap in my face. I wouldn't want to play for an organization after that. After you intentionally bench me to not pay me, and then in
a situation like that, does that mean, Jay, like Trey Lance is gone? He's out of contract. Yeah. Cooper Rush might be gone. Is that why Jerry did not start him? Because he's just like, what do I care if your feelings are hurt, if your butt hurt about it? But you're not going to be here anyway.
Okay, then that just solidifies that you're a trash ass human being. Basically.
And I think that's kind of where we're going is Jerry is burning the good faith, any good faith he has left. A lot of things that the older players will say is Jerry is a player's owner. He loves his players. He loves his guys. But I don't know what his method to his madness is now, because it just seems like he is just burning the bridge, like with the fans, with the whole all-in thing, and then we didn't do anything. Then he does that to Coop, and he's like, you know what? Bump it. You're not going to play. You're not going to get a chance to earn this incentive. And then after the season is over, he won't commit to Mike McCarthy. They're like, reporters are asking him, like, what are we going to do here? Like, are you bringing Mike back? Is he done? And he's like, well, the hay is in the barn. That was the saying for this week. The hay's already in the barn. What does that mean? Right. What does that mean? Well, does it matter what the results are this weekend? No, everything we've seen, we've seen enough to know what our decision is going to be at the end of the year. Okay, cool. Now it's the end of the year. Jerry still won't commit. I think Jerry's going to wait until the playoffs and then announce that he's going to bring Mike back. But it's another way to keep his name on the top of the fold, as they used to say back in the old days with the newspaper.
But then what if he doesn't and he releases him, and then
it's even worse because
he can't go search for a job. Like, I mean, he can, but like most of the jobs are already gone at that point because everybody.
Here's what I'm saying, Jay. I'm glad you brought that point up. That is an excellent point, because that's going to lead me to the next thing, which is he's only under contract until January 14th, Mike McCarthy. The Bears reached out to the Cowboys and said, hey, can we talk to Mike McCarthy?
And they already said nope.
The Cowboys have until next week to decide what they're going to do with him. At that point, he can go wherever the hell he wants. No, he's not under contract.
Facts.
They have him now. They sat on that request. That came in yesterday. The Cowboys did not reach out to the Bears at all in response and say, hey, yes, you can. No, you can't. Today, the Cowboys come back late in the evening today, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to let you talk to Mike. Now, if they come back and they're like, we're not bringing you back, that is the ultimate disrespect and slap in the face and shit human being move right there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Is if you cut his legs out from under him and then you don't bring him back, which leads me to believe Mike's coming back. But the fact that you're doing this dog and pony show, that's terrible. That's bad treatment. Like, if you really cared about Mike, you wouldn't have dragged him this whole year and made him play on or coach under this prove it year. And then not only that, but now you're kind of, what, do I want him back? Do I not want him back? So it's just one bad look from Jerry Jones after another.
And then depending on how this plays out, you also got to think about how does that look to coaches that are going to become available that we could possibly bring over here.
Coaches and players.
How are they going to think about that specific move, how that went down? How do they think it's going to be when they come in to this organization? Business. So for me, if I'm somebody on the outside looking in, I'm not making a deal with them because that's bad. You just finished saying it. It's bad business. Why would I make a deal with somebody who does not show any type of faith, any type of anything at this point towards me or to any of my contracts that I try to broker a deal with you guys? I'm literally making a deal with the devil basically at this point. So no, why would I want to risk that? It's like going to Vegas and gambling at the craps tables. You may win, you may lose.
You look at the coaches like a Andy Reid, who's making $25 million a year to coach, and he's at the top of the pay scale. You look where Mike McCarthy is; he's second to last. He's making $4 million a year. Jerry doesn't even want to pay a coach.
That's wild.
Yep.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, you're making money hand over fist, and you're being a cheap ass. Imagine how much more money you'd make if we were good.
It's the nature of our team. Like I said, it's been like this. This is the reason why we suck, and we will continue to suck as long as Jerry Jones is head. Jerry Jones, it ain't gonna change when Stephen Jones takes over. It's gonna be the same shit.
It's gonna get worse. Way worse, yeah.
And you're looking at a team that used to be respected, used to have dignity, and you would have players around the league that were like, I want to go play for y'all. Like, I want to.
No one wants to come here.
Nobody wants to.
Derrick Henry wanted to come here, but you didn't want him here.
You treat your players bad. You treat your coaches bad. What incentive is there? Oh, you're putting a star on your helmet. Who gives a damn?
It's lost its luster. It's not the same as it was when we were growing up. So I mean,
I agree with you 100%, Jay. That's a good way to put it. The star has lost its luster, and
I wouldn't want to play for him,
bro. At all. It's hard to be a fan of these guys because they're not helping themselves. That's what I'm saying is any good faith you've built with the fan base, your coaches and your players, you're just pissing it away this year, and I don't know why. And they asked Jerry, hey, would you give up the GM position? And he's like, when I bought the Cowboys, I bought
for me.
I bought this occupation. He's like, this is not, like basically it's not just some recreational thing I do. Like I did it because I wanted to work at this.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, that's fine, but your football knowledge is not getting us where we need to be. Your acumen for this game is not. You're old and outdated.
And again, like I said, if you've lost touch with what the league is about, if you've lost touch with what a team is supposed to be, step back and let someone take control.
That ego won't let him, brother.
It won't.
You're in your, I know it won't, but you're in your 80s, okay? Most people in their 80s shouldn't even be driving. You shouldn't be running a company. You shouldn't be running a company. You shouldn't be running an organization. You should be sitting somewhere at home, counting your fucking money, and let somebody else take over. Point blank, period.
He can't do it, bro. He can't do it.
Ah.
He cannot stand the thought of handing over the reins and someone else picking him
calling
up
the shots
and being successful.
Because at the end of the day, that's what he wants. He wants to be the one that says, because of me, this is why the Cowboys are where they're at. Because of what?
Glory to my Cowboys.
Exactly.
That's fine. Hey,
that's what he wants.
To all the fans out there, stop buying tickets. Stop going to games. Stop buying merchandise. Stop everything. Stop supporting them and then see what happens. But I feel like he's going to be like 99 in his fucking robotic wheelchair, still trying to run the fucking team, and we're still going to be losing. So
shit, he's gonna make it to 210. He's gonna cryo freeze his ass and then bring him back to life when it's
probably
time
so.
for the
He's gonna be
season.
a floating head,
and a young body, just something like that.
A floating head with Jerry Jones talking.
Him and Elon Musk are working on something already.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like it's outrageous. But yeah, man, I think the Cowboys, they're showing their frugality by not letting Cooper Rush compete for that incentive, by not paying their coach, by not giving him his contract if they're going to keep him, by not allowing him to go apply elsewhere. Dog, can you imagine you're at a job, they won't commit to you. At every turn, it feels like they're undercutting you. And then when you want to leave, they're like, nah, you're not leaving.
At that point, you just have to do what we always used to do. Well, I guess I'm just leaving then. See ya. Hey, I'm out.
Mike has exactly 1 week, and then he's he's got all the cards in his hand at that point. If I'm him, I'm like, oh, let's wait until next week, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm done. We're done.
If that's the case, and that comes to fruition, where do you think he lands?
I mean, there's a lot of openings right now.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Jacksonville, I think Jacksonville's gone open.
Vegas is too.
Vegas is open.
Vegas, yeah.
New England, even though they think Grable on there.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently Chicago's looking for somebody.
Yep.
Did I see something about Arizona got rid of their coach?
No, so these are the openings right now as of today, January 7th. The Raiders, the Jets, the Jaguars, the Bears, the Saints, and the Patriots.
Which one do you think would be the best fit for Mike if he were to leave?
I would say, just looking at that, probably the Bears or the Patriots, because he's like, I want to build a team. I want to work with young guys. I mean, they don't get younger than the Bears having Caleb Williams there at their quarterback.
Yeah,
like, he's a young guy. Like, you can build around that. It's not like they're just god awful.
You don't think he would try to rekindle that relationship with Aaron Rodgers should he come back next year?
Aaron Rodgers is done in New York, bro. He is done. They don't want him. They realize what every other team is starting to realize. He's a drama queen and he's not worth the headache. He's off the cliff. Like, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So
somebody will pick him up.
Hey, Mike's not necessarily the greatest thing out there, but he won here.
Yeah, he did. Whether we like to say we didn't make it a long run into the playoffs or didn't make it to a Super Bowl, I mean, we did have, what was it, 3 consecutive 12-5 seasons? So, I mean, you can't take that away from him. You really can't.
He had
whether
the
you want to or not.
Year, and we went 3 12-5s, and then he had this year, which was bad, and this year was bad. Dak's been out.
I mean, you can't blame the coach for player performance, because let's face it, big games ain't. Dak is not a big game quarterback, period. And it's been proven. Yet we still have him. We still paid him for whatever damn reason in the world, and now we're stuck with him. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
as they say.
We are who we are.
Mm-hmm.